All right, want to welcome everyone to our Thursday session. Happy holidays, and thanks to everybody that could join in. I know today after Christmas, for those of you who do celebrate Christmas, so I know for you to even be on the call this evening says a lot in how you value your business and how much you actually, really want to continue the growth in a positive direction. So thank you for joining us. So we're going to start off like we always do, and that's with testimonies between now and our last session, which was last Thursday. So if anybody wants to, share anything, any personal travel, new clients, roadblocks, customer acquisition, as always, floor is open. Anybody have any Christmas stories?
Can they hear? Can they hear you?
Let me sure mine muted.
No, you can. Yeah, it's just a quiet night, quiet crowd night.
Okay.
That's all.
Everybody drinking on
Hi,
eggnog.
Lisa, can you hear me?
There we go. Hey, how you doing?
I am good. I'm sorry, I'm at a restaurant and step out. I can just say Christmas stories. It's funny because I have a quick Christmas story. And Jamal's gonna giggle when he hear this, but for the past over 200 days, I've been very stressful because the new design, I've been building the home from ground up. But the down payment I used to put towards the home, I sold my other house, but I put partial down payment on my new house with my savings for my commissions. So I was very happy today, but to do that. So definitely business was great this year. I'm sort of kind of in a new house. I just left them over there, but we're moving slowly but surely. But it was definitely a great Christmas gift to get that 2 days before Christmas. That's all I have for tonight.
Let's give that a shout out. Yeah, give that a shout out.
Congratulations. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
You.
That's huge. Congrats.
Yeah, give that a shout out. She paid for down payment for her house with her part-time business. Man. Part-time business bought our house. Is that safe to say? Stuff. Part-time business bought her a house. Wow.
Yep, it paid for the down payment on the home. So I didn't have to come out of my own personal pocket, but definitely the commissions paid for it. So I was very happy for that. So I can shop like I want to out of my personal pocket.
You do this business part-time, right?
Right, because I'm an educator full-time and a twins mommy full-time and everything else full-time.
You pay a down payment on your house with your travel commission.
That was more than $10,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She got the savings. She's a savings guru. Teach me how to save better.
You have to just put it into an account and have no access to it unless you go to the bank. That's the account that I use. So I didn't have no debit card to that account, no nothing. I just never went to that account for anything until it was time to make the wire transfer.
Smart that's awesome, man. Move. That's good stuff. Armar, you in New York, so that's a different kind of savings.
And listen, that's giving an arm and a leg saving. Right? A townhouse. I was just looking at this townhouse. It was 1.2. I was like, let me come back another year after my business has got some more clients. I'll come back another year too.
All right, so that's our goal right there. 2020, 1.2, 10% of 1.2, 120,000.
Anybody want to come behind Alyssa with their story?
I'll pass. Congratulations,
I know, right? That's an awesome testimony.
It is.
It's hard to top that.
Well, I had a roadblock. My client just got her passport name change, and they didn't tell me when I was making the booking until I sent them the itinerary. And they told me that her name is not hyphenated anymore. So she was able to get that done. And I'm going to tell you guys, I know we don't talk about vendors as often, but the one that I love is that one that starts with a big D. They like a Chick-fil-A of travel to me. But they was able to get everything changed, no cost. because air is involved. But I just want to give them a shout out, but it was a challenge knowing that she may have had to come out of pocket. And that's the last thing you want to hear when you're about to leave in 3 days. You got to spend more money for something that you did.
Definitely, that's good to know. So that was Delta Vacations.
Oh yeah, they like Chick-fil-A, man.
All right. So who's with Popeyes? Never mind.
Whoa. Whoa. Who's the Popeyes?
I know who Bojangles is, so.
Back, so I'm sorry.
I'm gonna
So let me. I want to ask the question: has anybody used Alaskan Air or Alaska Air?
I have.
Okay, I had a pretty similar situation with them, whereas my client's last name is McGee, and everything that I received as far as paperwork, as far as the spelling of her last name was McGee. But then once I sent everything over, her itinerary over, same thing, name was spelled wrong. It was Magee.
Mm-hmm.
But Alaska Air was very accommodating. And I think I may have shared this with Maurice, but I'd never dealt with or had a client who gets motion sickness on the airplane. And so they have to sit in a certain area of the plane. But they were very accommodating as far as that was concerned, and didn't charge anything to change her name or to ensure that she was able to get a seat in the section that she needed to be in.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good. That's one of those small details that we don't think about. Like, even because sometimes you do have the option to select the seats on the air, but that's definitely. I'm glad you brought that up, because if you sit in the back of the plane, especially like the very last seat, the turbulence feels a lot different in the back than it does, if you sit in another section of the plane. So that's definitely something to take into consideration. I'm actually going to add that to my list of questions to ask clients as far as flying, because we think about that when we think about cruises, but not when we think about, when they fly, especially if it's their first time flying. If you have them in the last seat, and that's not going to be a good experience for their first flight experience. When you think about it, I have a cousin that actually, some people get motion sickness in cars. So that's another thing you want to keep in mind too. So thanks for sharing that, Tasha. Add that to my question there. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. So 809, anybody else want to share anything? Oh, passport. Jamal brought up passport. Anybody familiar with the mobile passport service?
Repeat that. The what?
Mobile passport. So it's an app that you download on your phone. Let's say if you're coming back into a country, you can actually. It's supposed to kind of expedite the process as far as going through customs when you arrive back. So you can actually, it gives you a certain time frame, but you'll upload a picture of yourself, put your passport number in, things like that, and use a mobile passport to go through customs on your way back into the country. So mobile passport now, if you download the app, they actually affiliate with a service where you can expedite your passport. If someone needs to renew a passport or get a new one, they can do it within 24 hours. So there's a mobile passport. They can expedite the passport process. I believe the cost is $170, if I'm not mistaken.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
Hey Maurice, this is Irvin. How you doing? Hello everyone. Ain't too much. Just wanted to let everybody know that please continue to check your emails. I've been getting emails this week from couple of BDMs that will be in the Atlanta area for 3 to 4 days, and they're looking to schedule appointments with with agents just to sit down and talk with you about their resorts and what have you. I scheduled one with Player on the 22nd of January. He's going to be here from the 20th through the 24th. So just check your emails because they're sending invitations to sit down and meet with you to talk about the different resorts and stuff that they offer.
That's good stuff. Thanks a lot. See, that's one of the reasons why we have these sessions for information like that. I'm looking at my email now since you said that. I'm gonna check the spam folder. But that's good as far as building those one-on-one relationships with your brand managers and sales reps, sales managers for the different hotels and properties, destinations from people from the tourism board and whatnot. I know the person from St. Kitts is here in Atlanta. So thanks for sharing that, Irvin. Write that down too.
Yeah, he's gonna be at on the 22nd. He's gonna be at the Panero Bread Indicator from 2 to 6, and then he's gonna be at Starbucks Indicator from 9 to 1, I think it was. But I did tell him I might bring a couple of folks with me, so I'm just waiting for his response on that because I was gonna see if you and maybe Jamal and maybe some other people might want to meet at the same time with him. But I just wanted to let everybody know.
When is this?
Oh, yeah.
January 22nd.
Okay.
Definitely. That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
I think that's the same day that Vacation Express is having their event, I think.
That's on the 25th.
25th. Okay. Yeah.
25th.
So yeah.
Have they sent out confirmation for that?
Oh, yeah.
I got mine.
I ain't never get one.
You don't rock with Bojangles too tough, man.
Oh man, I was at the last Bojangles event though. I'm gonna have to check and see, man. I didn't get it.
Hey man, them biscuits be good, man. You better come on and get some, man.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations to
good dirty rice.
Yeah, the dirty rice too, yeah. And congratulations to the agent that just made the Pepe Club. I'm not sure of their name, but it's an agent on Kim Perkins' team made the Pepe Club. I need to check to see if I made it. And if y'all got some bookings, y'all don't want to, you just let me know. I do it for you.
That's good, man. The Pepe Club. That's big stuff. Congrats. Got a couple more minutes. That's good stuff, Urban BDMs. There's one more thing I was going to add. Oh yeah. So usually you get those meetings between January and March, of course, because it's wave season coming up. So it's a very busy season for the BDMs. We're going to see a lot of trade shows. Vacation Express always does the big one in the first quarter usually. They have other ones throughout the year, but the big one's always in the first quarter. And that's just because everybody's ramping up for wave season. So, of course, we all know we went over wave season before. January through March is like the busiest booking season in the industry as far as travel. One of the biggest booking seasons in the industry. So, wave season starts on the 1st, which is next week. So, we want to definitely get ready for that. We're going to have some sessions to kind of help as far as marketing and ramping up for wave season within the next few weeks here. So, it's a time really to really grow your business. Everybody's getting their vacation time coming out, Christmas, tax returns, advancements, new time off from work, school schedule, spring break, summer break, everything. So wave season is huge. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Jamal Stevens here, and he's going to talk about some good content for us tonight.
All right.
So get your notepads. I know I got mine ready.
Can everybody
Jamal,
hear
you
me?
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm excited. Fired up. Can you guys hear me okay? If you can, just let me know if you can. Give me a 1 in the chat box. But Nikki made a great statement last week, and it stuck with me. And I know we strive to hit that $5,000 in commission. That's a great goal. I mean, I don't want to overlook that goal, but I want you to also think about how huge travel is. Travel is a $8 trillion industry. Okay, so 2020 is coming up. Maurice mentioned the wave. I mean, don't feel intimidated if you don't have the bookings that you want right now. But I want to tell you guys, what you really have to concentrate on is doing the work. And once you do the work, the money will start coming from places you didn't expect it to come from. People you talked to in September who went missing on you, now they calling you when that income tax come, right? Or they calling you because somebody else want to go on a vacation and they feel like, oh, I know this person, blah, blah, blah. You the connection. But I want you guys, and this goes for me too, I want you to stretch yourself to see your business bigger. Is that okay? If it is, give me a 1. If you
Definitely.
Yes.
yeah, because I mean, don't get me wrong. Getting a tan is great. But if we just slice that up into 12 months, that's a little under $500 a month for your business. A great accomplishment in the travel industry. I'm not dismissing it, but travel is a $8 trillion industry. I mean, I'm not sure if some of you on when me and Maurice and Tasha were talking, just talking about what's the name of that cruise line again, Maurice? Uniworld? What's the name of it?
Yeah, that's Uniworld.
Yeah, Uniworld. I mean, they have a $12,000 cruise, right? Just think about if you just book 10 of those for the year. You see how your commissions just, but you may not know people that go on those kind of cruises, but don't dismiss that people do go on those kind of cruises. Okay? So we have a product that everybody wants. I just don't want us to put our mind in a box by only shooting for $5,000. Okay? If you get it, awesome. Commend yourself, pat yourself on the back. But that's just, we haven't even hit a speck of what kind of money you could make in this travel industry. And to kind of give you guys a perspective, I want you to think about this. Is anybody familiar with the One Love program for Jamaica? Anybody familiar with that? Okay, Martine is. Okay, Alyssa, great. So the One Love Rewards program, they had their awards, and they awarded, some agents, top 50 agents for booking Jamaica. And I'm going to say that for just booking Jamaica. The person at the bottom booked 1,700 room nights within 1 year. 1 year. That's just Jamaica. Okay? So the point I'm trying to make is this is a huge industry, but we just can't condense the way we look at it within a $5,000 earning potential. The person who did the most did 23,000 room nights. Y'all may not get excited about that, but I do. I saw this, I screenshot it, and this is Donnie Dawson. Donnie Dawson, he's a deputy director of tourism for Jamaica, and this was a Q&A. But just think about that. Just think about the people who fell in between. So you got to see your business big, even when it's not. See, sometimes we look at it where it's at, and sometimes we let our belief get there, and nobody's spending money. Nobody wants that. And you see these bricks, and we talk about the mindset. And Maurice and I, Maurice reads more than I do. I mean, I'm from Savannah, so I may not read as much. And that's a little joke to my people from Savannah on the call. But when you start just indoctrinating yourself with the travel industry, you will see how huge it is. And I know a lot of us come in with a lot of expectations, but all you got to do is just keep doing the work, learning. And one day you look up and you're trying to figure out, I just paid my down payment for my house with my travel commissions. Yeah, 23,000 nights. Yeah, 23,000. And that's just Jamaica. That's not other places around the world.
Wow. And that's an average, what, six nights per
Yeah.
booking?
Yeah, 6 nights. I think it was 6 nights.
So that's about 3,800 bookings, about 700, based off, let's say you do 10%, that's like $760,000 in commission.
Yeah, Maurice real good at math. But I'm going to tell you guys, so we're going to applaud those who got their eye tag. Trust me. But we shooting past that, because I don't want you to get stuck at thinking all you want to make is $5,000. If all you want to make is $5,000, nothing is wrong with that. But I want you to think about this. Travel is a $8 trillion industry. Okay, so let's get into the content, man. I just want to just stretch you guys a little bit.
Hey, Jamal.
Yeah, yes.
I'm sorry, just one thing. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Just because people see that number, 23,000, or even the 1,700, and you shouldn't get intimidated by that number. Because if you think about the things that we've been talking about, you know, and really he pretty much pointed it out, you know, those are all Jamaica bookings, right? So
yeah.
Obviously this person has really determined and focused on a particular market they want to focus on, which is Jamaica travel. So now you can see how once you focus and drill down on a particular segment, how you can really capitalize, you know, on that one market. As far as your client base financially, you know, they can really drill down and really make some income. And really all their marketing efforts are probably, I mean, this person probably, I'll be honest, then he would probably market their business like that if they have that kind of volume. I can guarantee it's a lot of referrals and a lot of people come to them as far as booking. So that's powerful. Don't get intimidated by those numbers, because trust me, it's a lot of people doing this kind of stuff.
And he's absolutely right. And you just think about one country, that just the income she's making off of one, or they're made him, or well, actually, I think it was a whole bunch of ladies. I don't think too many men made the top 50, the picture I saw. But you just think about the kind of income that's being made off of one country. Just one. Because you guys know I changed my name, right? Well, you probably didn't know, but it's changed to Jamaica Jamal. So, travel agent success. Now more than ever, when travelers think they don't need travel agents, it's your job, our job, right, to prove them wrong by having unflaggingly high standards in every aspect of your business. You will convey to your clients loud and clear how valuable your services are. So that comes with posture. You know, you got to have posture in your business. And we talk about that. And that's going to come by, you know, a little tenure in the business, understanding what you have, educating clients. Because I'm not sure if anybody ever heard this right here. I'm not sure. You don't have to answer, okay? You don't have to answer. Travel agents are dead. Anybody ever heard that? Just, you don't have to answer. That's not true. Don't buy into that. Everything is based on convenience, and some people love convenience. I know most of the clients that I deal with, they'll tell me I don't have the bandwidth or the patience to look around. And let's be honest, they're looking on the same site, it's just different names, right? So guys, just know that people do need our services, and we got to always let them know why they need our services. And if you don't know why, guess what? You could go to Google and find a whole bunch of answers where you'll be able to kind of knock down those rebuttals when you hear it. Because anybody ever heard the rebuttals? Why do I need a travel agent? Why do I need your service? Nobody. Can you guys hear me? Okay, great, cool. So
all the time.
So these are some things that you can do. And I know it sounds like it's repetition, but repetition is the mother of all learning. Everything I look at, they say the same thing over and over and over and over. And you know, we're going into 2020, the end of 2019, and you know, we always want to self-reflect on what we did good, what we didn't do so good. I'm not gonna say bad, and what we can do better. Okay? Always think about that. So now I already looked at this, and I'm going to tell you how many of these things I do. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and say one. All right? Now you don't have to say how many you do or don't do, I probably do one of these, and it reflects in my check. But the great thing about it, I know that I can get better if I want more, right? So if I become more, I can have more. That's just a principle. Okay? So what you want to do is identify your market and develop strategies to reach them. Woo! Now, if you sell, okay, let me make sure I don't say this and sound like I'm talking at you guys. If you sell a product that is not luxury, but it's not moderate. You know, it's more, I mean, it's moderate. It's more moderate. You have to sell a lot of that to really see the return that you may want, right? But nothing's wrong with that. But if you have a market to those type of clients, guys, just develop a strategy on how to reach them. Because there's nothing wrong with being a person, hey, they can find me a good deal. Nothing's wrong with being that kind of agent. But if you have a lot of that, right, it helps versus having some here and there. So you got to always identify and develop strategies to reach them. Now, there's a ton of strategies out there. I don't know them all. Okay. So always be thinking of ways to promote your company, yourself, and your employees. I don't have any employees, but we got to always be thinking promote. I know the networking side, when I was heavily focused on that, that's something we always talked about. Promote. You promote, you get promoted. Same thing with your company. You know, we talked about Kentucky Fried Chicken, not Kentucky Fried Chicken. What's the chicken place? Popeyes. A lot of people did promotion for Popeyes, and it blew up their business. Just imagine having to stop booking travel because you're too busy to take on any more clients. Who would love to have that kind of problem? And something new that I've learned is to become the go-to source for media outlets. So I live in Gwinnett County, and Gwinnett is, I think, probably one of the largest counties in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, and it's very diverse. We have local newspapers, you have local stations, and one thing about local newspapers and local stations, they're always looking for content, always looking for content. Even the radio stations, you know, you can go on these, and you're going to ask me, how can we do this, right? Everybody write this down. If you type it down. Google and YouTube, how to become the go-to source for media outlets. I'm telling you, when someone mentioned this to me, I was like a deer in the headlights. But what happened again, I kept seeing this in a little article that I would read. You know, you go on here, let's say you're the person that specializes in somebody give me a genre. I don't want to talk about one I always talk about. Somebody help me out. Let's go and get this $50 challenge. Give me a genre.
For the outlet, Armand says sports.
So imagine if you're the person that went on one of these media outlets or wrote a blog. We already talk about blogs, and you talked about sports travel. Because what's happening here this weekend? What happened last weekend at the Celebration Bowl? People came from all over North Carolina to come see A&T whoop up on Alcorn State. So just imagine if you're the person that was always on a radio station, or you went to a local news affiliate, and you're the person that's talking about sports travel. Just different things you could do, because you don't have to know. You could go get, I'm telling you, you can go get you an article. Don't plagiarize it. I'm not saying plagiarize it, but make the content so you could talk about it. Now, they always say, well, how can we reach you? YouTube. Does anybody have a YouTube channel where they post content? Nobody does. Don't feel bad.
I do now.
You do. I mean, everybody
I
knows.
was gonna say the same thing, Marie.
Yeah, but you know, that's content. That's a media outlet where, you know, people are looking for instant information all the time. So if you the person that's giving them that on these media outlets, do you think that'll help with your business just a little bit? Okay, all right. Be active in your community. Get involved in silent auctions and other fundraisers where you can get your name in front of residents. Now, this one right here hit like a ton of bricks because there's so many organizations. Can you guys think of any organizations that do fundraisers? Anybody?
AAU teams.
AAU teams, fundraisers. You know, we talked about the churches. I don't know many, but don't you think it'd be a good time for all of us, the Boys and Girls Club? Yep, you're right, Armand. And the great part about it, even if you didn't get their business from a group standpoint, you may go in there with a goal to get a group. Fine, but if you go back to the other slide, always be thinking of ways to promote your company. So if you're active in the community, don't you think that'll be a good way to get your business in front of people? Right? In front, just think about the HOA communities. And HOA is the homeowners association. You know, for you guys that live in these big communities, like small communities like mine, we have HOAs. And guys, I'm telling you, all you can do is just get your information in front of people and just stay busy with it. You're not focusing on, we often hear my family and friends. Let me tell you something. Don't even think about your family and friends. Your family and friends, they cool, but I'm telling you. But hey, there's so many people out here that want what we have, man. That's one thing I love about it. Yeah, pop-up shops, exactly. Set up speaking engagements with your local Rotary Club, libraries, and schools. What's a good topic to talk about when it comes to travel?
Safety.
Safety, okay. Maurice, you don't count. Anybody else? Nobody don't want to win $50 a night?
Almost said location.
Right documents? Man, Armor on it tonight, man. You right. You know, how to be safe or great places to travel with a family or get another one. It's so many because if you go on these with these articles, guys, you can go get one of these articles, man, and just all you got to do is call up there. Just call the Rotary Club. You know, hey, my name's Jamal Stevens. Look, I would love to come and talk to your organization about travel safety or about different adventure travel, whatever it may be. I mean, work on it. Don't stutter like I'm stuttering. But guys, I'm telling you, and you ain't charging them. I'm doing this for free because I want to educate people about different things about travel. And they always looking for people, always. And all you're doing is getting your business in front of people. That's all you're doing. And you want to have that funnel so full, when they call you, they got to leave a message. And you got to get back to them. Who would want their phone to just start ringing all the time and you can't answer it because you're at work? Nobody wants that problem. That's what I'm talking about. Use your website to inspire travelers. Post new content and promote it via our 10 e-letters. So I tell you about a guy. He's on this webinar tonight. He had an article about a destination, and I went and read it. I'm like, man, you know, this real smart. But like I said, I only do one of these things. And sometimes we can go down this list and say, ooh, I never thought about it. And that's the great part about the business. All of us just learning. You know, some of us been in for a while. Some of us are where we at, you know, and we good with it. And some of us want to take it to the next level where we're really seeing the fruits of our labor. But I want you to think about that. The fruits of your labor comes from what? Labor. And guys, these little small things that I can do, you can do as well. And I'm going to ask you, and nobody that doesn't have to answer. Hold it for 1 second. I'm getting a message. Yep. Okay, so how much does any of this cost?
It's free.
Free. Exactly. All it takes is just, taking a little time, like Martine said, take a little time and just figure it out. Because, when I see, I read these articles and I see agents making $700,000. I'm like, look, I wish I was making that kind of money, but I'm not doing that kind of activity, right? What kind of activity does that require? These are just little things that you can do. I mean, it was over 50 of them. I didn't do all 50. I just picked a few because I didn't want to have you on here all night. I know some of y'all want to get back to doing what y'all were doing, and I get it. Trust me, I totally get it. But I'm going to tell you this, guys, you'll get to the point where you start making your own check. You write down how much money you want to make for the year, and you just go for it. Because I feel like our business, no disrespect to any other business, we don't have to convince nobody to do it. You don't. If you start talking about travel in a grocery store or amongst people, guess what? They get so excited, or they'll say, I need to go somewhere, right? And everyone travels. Mature ladies, the babies, everybody travels. And that's one thing I love about it. Now, the next one, and I'm going to tell you how great this is. See, we get on social media, right? And all we do is just mess it up. And that's good. And I'll tell you what that's good. Because you're not sitting around trying to figure it out.
What's wrong?
Hold up for 1 second.
Oh, training. Listening to training.
Hold on. Let me see here.
Would you just spray?
Oh.
Figured I want to spray some.
Yeah, I got her. Cool. Don't worry about it. So, excuse me. Uh-oh. What just happened? Can you guys see my screen still?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, cool. So, once we figure out what we're doing, right? Now you think about in basketball, they say that the rim gets bigger and everything you're throwing in, you're shooting, you're throwing in, you're making a basket, because now it's so easy to you. It's simple to you. It's gonna feel awkward because you're not getting the results that you want. But like I said, I'm doing one of these things. But just imagine if we were doing 10 of them or 15 or 20 of them. Does everybody follow me? So you want to use social media strategically, develop a campaign. Anybody knows what a campaign is? Nobody knows what a campaign is?
Can you share with those individuals?
What
Because
a
we got some
campaign
new
is?
people on.
Well, I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Oh, Maurice.
Well, a campaign is a strategy of what you want to market. That's pretty much what it is. Now, the great way to find out is Google, but develop a campaign. So, for example, let's think of a brand, Mercedes. Mercedes roll out their Christmas campaign. You see the Mercedes pulling a sleigh, right? Anybody ever seen that?
Yes.
So that's a campaign. Thursday Night Football, that's a campaign. It's a marketing campaign. It's a strategy of what you want people to see. So rather than just randomly posting photos and comments, you devote your time to promote a particular brand or particular genre or whatever it is you want people to see. And that's what I want everybody to think about. We said it before. Do not post for likes. You post for what? Anybody? $50.
Looks.
You post for looks. That's right. There's people looking.
Can I also add, Jamal, whenever we're selecting these pictures and videos and things of that nature, try to focus on those ones that promote some type of emotion or feeling. I learned that in one of my social media classes, that's what a lot of the companies do, like Apple and Mercedes and the companies, these big companies, they harp on emotions. So getting people to think and feel about, thinking about being on the beach and how it feels to be on the beach.
Girl, you done took the words out of my mouth. Because when you look at ads, especially the ones that have that 50-inch for $298, you be like, I don't need a TV, but it's $298, 50 inches. You get excited about that. But that's emotion, and she's absolutely right. So, for example, you may pick a week just to focus on summer travel. You may take a week to focus on African safaris. Depends on what you're trying to promote. Stay consistent with it. And when that right person come and they're ready to give you that credit card, don't act like you ain't never been nowhere, all right? Y'all make sure y'all close the deal, okay? Everybody understand? Because I'm telling you, I see it all the time, even in my business. When they reach out to me, they already did their homework on me. I don't even ask them how they found out about me. Or you may get tagged in a post because everybody is looking at you. And what you don't want to do, I know we are human beings and we do go through life, but you got to learn how to control your emotions as well, because you don't want your emotions to spill out on your page. Hold on, we got a question. Let me see here. Well, that's a great thing. That's a great thing, and we'll talk about that. She sent me that privately. But even when you steal in posts, I think I steal. Who stuff I steal? I don't want to tell y'all who stuff I steal, because then all of us will start stealing the same person's stuff.
I steal Maurice's.
Who doesn't steal Maurice?
I steal yours too, so.
Yeah, exactly. But we all in this together, and the ship, when the tide rises, it helps everybody. So don't feel like you can't take my stuff. Now, this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to share from my page, because if somebody comes and say, hey, I saw this on somebody else's page, I'm not contacting you and say, hey, Tasha, one of your friends want to do business with me. That's not fair to me. And it's definitely not fair to your friend, because they may not even want to do business with you. Okay? So don't take it personal. So this right here, this was very, very, very critical. So treat every client like your business depends on it. See, sometimes we may look at a $70 commission and you're like, oh, I ain't doing that. Don't do that. See, if you're not ready for the small, if you don't treat the small commission important, do you think you're going to treat the big commission important? Or better yet, if you can't manage $100, you think you'll be ready to manage $100,000? Did y'all hang up? Hold on, let me see. Did my internet go out? Give me a 1 if you can.
No, we here.
Oh, okay.
We're taking notes. We're taking notes, Jamal. We're taking notes.
It's the internet. I didn't know if it went out. It's a brand new computer, Tasha. I think I'm running Windows 4.
Oh boy.
Yeah, exactly. And get back to your clients quickly. Now, I'm not saying give them a 24-hour turnaround, but I know we get busy. We got kids, we got lives, and I know our lives don't revolve around our business. I know it doesn't. I don't expect that. But don't see, this is the thing with a lot of us. And I used to do it. I still do it. Like I said, I do one of these. I'm just being honest with myself. If you ain't ready to pay right now, I'm not about to rush to get it back to you. Anybody ever said that? Nobody never said that. Okay. No. It's the law of reciprocation. Everybody look that up. Even if you don't get the response that you want from a client, just make sure you run your business like a business. And I'm not saying give them a quick turnaround, but we have learned tactics to be able to let them know this is what I expect from you once I give you this. I'm going to send this to you today, and we'll get this book for you and for it on Friday. How does that sound? But just have a turnaround for your client, because you don't want them waiting. You don't. So if it's possible, meet your clients in person. I laughed at this because does anybody do business with people they don't know? Let me tell you.
I have.
Okay, you have. Okay. See,
from referrals. You get them from referrals.
And you don't know
I have clients from Baltimore, and they send me some of their friends from Baltimore that I've never met.
Never met. Now, does the money spend any differently because you don't know them?
No, not at all.
Not at all, right? It comes in the same. But you can meet clients in person, but you can also use technology because safety is an issue. Because if you don't know people, you don't want to be meeting up with Looney. She just met a client. I've been booking for almost 2 years. Now, Jolyn, did that feel like kind of refreshing to say I finally met you? You probably feel like you know him already. She might not be able to talk. She might be in a loud area. Yeah, see? Or use technology. Zoom is a great tool. Let me see. The customer X today. See, now we'll talk about that. Because I'm not sure if she's sending me that privately. Okay, so she said she ran into a client in Walmart. Ain't that something? You paid for their stuff? No? Okay, I got you. But be a good listener and be curious. And all of these are skills that we can develop because we're just getting started. And just imagine, well, think about it this way. Has anybody ever heard the saying, the master was once a disaster? Has anybody ever heard that? Oh, yeah. See, I think one of the things that really helped me out is I was the recruiter in the business. Everybody knows we had two sides of the business. So, and I sucked, but I would watch people who were so much better than me, and I learned. So when I came and transitioned more to this side of the business, I never took anything personal, but I used those skills to help me on this side of the business. So has anybody ever talked to somebody, got a quote, sent them a quote, and you forgot to get back with them? Has anybody ever did that? Y'all a good crowd, so nobody never did that.
I've done it a couple of times.
But when you become more intentional, and you start setting these appointments, man, you don't feel like you're wasting your time. You don't. You really don't, because you got appointments set up, and project knowledge. Clients want to know you know your stuff. I've never been to India, never been to Egypt. I got a trip, and I just satisfied my client by letting them know, let me find out. Let me contact my contacts. Yeah, see, calendars are a must. I kicked and scream about getting a calendar. Now I use my phone. I'm not really good at that, but that lets me know once I stop being a disaster, and I'm not saying y'all, I'm saying me. Like I say, I do one of these, okay? And if you do more than one, you're doing a whole lot better than me. But once we figure out how to do what we need to do, who would love to just book 800 rooms in Jamaica for the year? Or go win the Pepe Club? Guys, it's out here for us. It's out here for us. We're going into a new year, and the cliche thing to say is my year. Make it your year by doing these little things, right? And it's not going to happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. The champions are not won on the field. The champions are won in the trainings, attending events, learning about your business, going through defeat, falling down, You know, you're never going to get to the mountain until you go through the valleys. You follow what I'm saying? It's not what happens, but how you respond. I can give you a whole bunch of them. But guys, just prepare yourself for what's about to happen. Because sometimes we will ask for things. If anybody ever asks for something and don't feel like doing, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like getting this client. I don't feel like looking for this carnival booking. She ain't ready. They don't want to spend no money. But we ask for prosperity. Then it comes to us not the way we want, and sometimes we won't take the extra effort to make it happen. Don't get mad at me tonight. It's not a fun one, okay? And be consistent. Oh my gosh. And even if you're messing up, you will learn from it. You know, you ever look at a picture when you're like 15 and be like, oh, my leg was so skinny. Oh, look at my hair. Look what I had on. And you laugh at it. Same thing with your business. You'll figure out what you're doing wrong later on. But don't focus on what you're doing wrong. Just focus on getting better. And show that you're responsible. You know, even if you feel like it's not your fault. Because, you know, everybody like to do the blame game. You shoulda, I shoulda, no, you right. I apologize for that. You know, so just make sure you have, be accountable as well. But consistency. You can't stress that enough. Even when you don't feel like doing it. Because I know me, and nobody has to answer. Because I don't want y'all to don't hang up. I've been on social media about 2 hours. I ain't say nothing about my business. Just scrolling. I was using my thumb and my index finger to scroll on my phone. And they ain't say nothing about my business. I see everybody else talking about their business, but I'm not talking about my business. And I'll say something like, I don't have time. That's what I did. Nope, y'all probably ain't do this now, okay? So don't think I'm talking to y'all. But seriously, you got to be consistent. You have to. Because people are looking. They can go do this themselves. Or they can go to somebody else. It's almost like somebody may get a quote from Irvin and get a quote from me, not knowing that we know each other. I'm going to go with Irvin. He's a little bit more consistent. You know what I mean? It might be that one little thing to let them choose another agent over you or choose to do it themselves. Because let me ask you a question. If your AC went out and you call somebody and they said they was on their way at 10 o'clock, and you call them at 10, they don't answer their phone, you're looking for somebody else. We do it all the time, but when it's done to us, you know, we don't like when the rabbit got the gun, right? And you have to be patient no matter what. That's one thing I think that a lot of us, well, I'm going to say me, you know, you come in, you want to make all this money, but you don't know nothing, you know. You probably never took a training. You probably never been to an event. And we want it to happen right away. When you plant the seeds, you don't get the fruit right away. You just don't. That's just not how it works. You have to, what it is? Plant, cultivate, harvest. Plant, cultivate, harvest. And just understand that you got to have business patience. I had a contest with one of my colleagues, and we wanted to get, how many bookings it was? 10 bookings before the end of the year, you know. And then I had to realize, you know, well, people spending money for Christmas right now. You know, they're probably holding on to their money. But you know what I'm doing? I'm being patient. Because when at the beginning of the year, I'm not depending on that just as the only way I'm going to make money, right? But I'm telling you, if you stay consistent and be patient, right? And do the little things. Do the little things good. When you do the little things good, when the big thing come, you ready for it. Because you don't want the big thing to come and not be ready. You don't want that. You don't want to blow an opportunity. Blowing an opportunity is like saying, I could have bought Home Depot for $20. Now, you know, you just missed it. You don't want to tell nobody that story. And no job is too small. I'm going to tell you, if you treat the small jobs like the big jobs, right? And don't snark up at them. Oh, they just want a flight. People tell me I won't book no flight. Give it to me. Because sometimes it's not about the money right then. It's about the business we're going to do in the future. I want to be 3 steps ahead of you, just knowing I'm going to give you this service. Man, I feel like I'm preaching. Let me slow down.
Keep going.
No, I don't want to hurt nobody. Because I feel like I'm preaching. I feel like and I don't want that to happen.
But Maurice, I'm sorry, Jamal, just to kind of piggyback off of what you just shared, I had a client who, when I say we went back and forth with him and his friend just to put a flight together, and me taking the time to put the flight together and accommodating them, knowing I wasn't getting any commission off of it, it led to me booking their vacation this coming summer, and then a fraternity group in the spring of 2021.
Are you in a fraternity?
No.
But you booking a fraternity group?
Yes.
Girl, we're going to go out to eat when you come down here. See, I like to get your business, because once I get your business, now you better tell everybody, I'm going to be your friend. I feel like it's like politics sometimes, and I don't mean politics where I'm trying to convince you to do something, but I got to smile and kiss the babies. Smile, kiss the babies. Because I need you to feel comfortable with who I am so you can introduce me to more people that I can smile and kiss the babies. I want to be your friend. What P. Diddy say? We all could be friends. Is that all right with you? Is that all right? Is that all right with y'all? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So, guys, it's 8:57. I didn't mean to talk this long. I go off on a tangent sometimes. Sorry, Maurice, you told me not to do that. Does anybody have any questions or concerns? Great. Well, I must be didn't do too good because y'all always ask questions about Maurice. So, Maurice, I'm going to come to you and get some training, okay?
But you did an excellent job, Jamal. Everything
I know,
that you
right?
shared was very good information.
Thank you, guys. You guys, y'all just don't do that. Don't do that. I'm about to cry. But seriously, guys, we sitting on a gold mine. I'm telling you, we sitting on a gold mine, and just continue to do the little things consistently, right? Keep the main thing the main thing. I want you to always remember that. That's something I learned early in this industry. Keep the main thing the main thing, and everything will be all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in and showing up for your own success. And next week is the last one for the year. This the last one for the year, right?
2020.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nikki. Take us on out.
Wait a minute before Nikki takes us out. I think next week we're going to have something that we're going to offer to everyone to kind of help your business. It'll be a tool that you'll be able to use to help your business going forward. It's still a little bit in the planning stages, but being that I don't go back to work until next Thursday, I have plenty of time to get with Mr. Maurice and Mr. Jamal to iron everything out. So you all keep your eyes and your ears open. Okay, Nikki, it's on you.
Take us away, Nikki.
What y'all want me to say?
You like James Brown. You be closing it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I did this training. I'm like, Nikki, right.
Oh gosh. Okay. So as they stated, we have 5 days left in 2019. My suggestion, if you have not done it already, go to the Dollar Tree and get you some white poster board and tape them up in your house. You can put it in your bedroom, you can put it in your office, but post it up, write your goal out of what you want to make or earn or achieve for 2020. Next year, my motto next year is 2020 vision. It's a new decade, a new year, and 2020 is focused, and I have so much that I want to accomplish. Whether I accomplish it all in 2020, I got 2021 that I can accomplish, and I'm already thinking on 2021 and 2022 trips. I just happened to walk into a friend's store the other day to pick up a package, and her and I were talking about a trip. She didn't want to go on one of the trips that I'm doing because there's too many people. So I said, well, how about let's do your own trip, maybe with your VIP clients and some other people. And she's like, all right, let's talk after Christmas. I'm, taking a break from the store for about 2 weeks. So that's a potential two trips right there that her and I can work together on. So my goal, my charge to you all is, with these next few days, really take some time for yourself. We always strive for business, but you need to take some time for yourself and really just kind of figure out, okay, what is it that I want? You yourself. Always self-care is always number one, because if you're unable to give to anyone else, somebody else will. So always take care of yourself as much as you can. We are the number one people that neglect ourselves, and nobody can take care of you as much as you can take care of yourself. So take care of yourself. Write out your goals. If you want to get $20,000 worth of commission, okay, what do you need to do to get $20,000 worth of commission? Who do you need to reach out to? Put your ideas out there. Jamal talked about earlier about doing some type of, on your social media campaign. Look at what your niche market is. You can do the top 20 wedding destinations. There are always articles and blogs out there, and every week you can do something on, or every day of the week, you can say, okay, top 20, and showcase that. Tasha talked about that feeling. Get that feeling that people want. Trigger into those feelings. Right now, for me, I'm already thinking about Christmas next year. One for myself, and then my brother was like, I want to take a trip for my birthday, which is a week before Christmas. So I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do a trip right before Christmas. Christmas is on a Friday next year. Christmas Eve is on that Thursday. That's a whole weekend for a lot of people who can't get a good trip in right there. So that's one of the things that you have to go into. And you can be one of those people that get 107,000 rooms in Jamaica. But focus on your market. Write it out. Write it big. It hit me a few years ago. Write the vision. Make it plain. You write it out there every day and put it in color. Use different color markers, because colors pop out to me. Reds and blues and purples and oranges. Those pop out to me. Green. Write those out, your goals, and you just keep adding to it and adding to it. Okay, that's all.
Man, thank you, Nikki, man. Hope y'all listening to her. She bring the house down every time. We're going to have the Nikki's out. We're going to start doing this every week. Let Nikki close us out. But thank you so much, guys. This will be posted in the groups. Give me a little bit. Got some stuff I got to do. But good night, and enjoy your weekend, and have fun, and let's keep sharing what we got to do, which is this business. All right. Take care.
All right. Good night.
Thank y'all.
Meow.